very good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon. And thank you for coming here to support this event. The title of my talk is MediShield Life Still Full of Holes. Now, MediShield was started in 1990, and at that time the aim was to take care of hospital bills. But when it started, many people found that after they go to hospital, MediShield did not cover a large part of the bill. It only covered a small part of the bill. So therefore, it is a scheme that started with plenty of holes. Now 20 years have passed, and during this time, very little was done to improve the scheme. Now, according to a report, and this is a research made by Lee Kuan Yew School of Policy Studies, and this report says MediShield cover 3% of the healthcare costs, only 3%. Government subsidy cover another 20%, but the people, when they need medical care, they have to pay 65%. They pay out of pocket or they pay by the employer. The government only pays about 35%. The government pays about 20%, and MediShield only cover 3%. So after 20 over years, the government set up a committee to review MediShield and want to improve MediShield. But MediShield is only 3%, and after they improve it, becomes maybe 4 or 5%. What about the 60% that people have to pay on their own? So with all the high-powered committee, they are only looking at 3% of the cost, and 97% is outside of their purview. Does this look like a ridiculous work to have so much trouble just to look at 3%? Now, the review committee has recommended some changes to the scheme. They want to call it MediShield Life, and it will come into operation in a few months' time. Of course, you read in the newspaper many pages how good is the scheme, how much better. You also hear in Parliament discussion by your members of Parliament, oh, this is a good scheme. Yes, it is better than before, but it only covers not more than 5% of the total cost. 95% is outside of the scheme. So I will say MediShield Life is still full of holes. Now, what are the holes? A large part of what people have to spend for healthcare costs are not covered by MediShield. First, medicine. Now, when people are old, and if they got a chronic disease such as diabetes, such as high blood pressure, cholesterol, they need to have medicine, and they need to have medicine every month, and the medicine are expensive. Of course, the Ministry of Health website says some medicine are subsidized, but only for people who qualify. Now, I don't know who qualify, who don't qualify, and many people tell me the medicine are expensive in Singapore. They have to go to JB to buy the medicine. All right. One retiree wrote to me and said, Mr. Tan, please bring this up. I am a retiree. I got the chronic problems. My medical bill costs $250 a month. And of course, all these are not covered by the government, not subsidized. Now another hold is pre and post operation. Now when you go to hospital, you sometimes have to go a few times to hospital to check up before you are operated. And after operation, you also have to go back for further checkup. Now the pre and the post operation are not covered by MediShield. How do I know? Because I experienced this myself. I went for cataract and the surgery bill cost me $3,200. Of course, this is because I went in as a private patient. If it's subsidized, it's cheaper, but still quite expensive. But I found, to my surprise, I have to go for pre-operation checkup a few times, and it cost me about $500-600. After the operation, I have to go back to see the doctor another 3 times. That will cost another $200-300. So the operation itself is $3,200, which is supposed to be covered by MediShield, but the pre and the post operation is not covered. So my total bill of $4,000, how much do I claim from MediShield? I get 0. Why? They say private patient, that part not counted. You must count the government part, the subsidized part. And the subsidized part, after they do the calculation, they take off the deductible, my claim is 0. Of course, to me, that's not a problem, but to many other people, 4,000 is a lot of problem. Even if they are subsidized, they still have to pay about 1,500, and that is still a lot of problem because that part is not covered. So MediShield therefore has this other problem. The pre and the post surgery cost is not covered. And then we all have this deductible. Every time you go to hospital, whatever is the bill, the deductible you can't claim. Now what is the purpose of the deductible? They follow America. America medical insurance scheme have deductible, have co-insurance. So they follow. But this is following the wrong things. Because in America, the medical expenses cover not only hospital, but also cover visits to the specialist, visits to the ordinary doctor. That's the total bill. So therefore you need to have deductible to take care of the non-hospital expenses. But in Singapore, our hospital, our MediShield only cover hospital. So therefore, it is not necessary to have a deductible. So our MediShield scheme with this deductible is also very badly designed. So this is why I say our MediShield, based on the current design, is still a scheme that is full of holes. Now what is a better scheme? We just have to take a look at other countries. You look at Japan, you look at Taiwan, you look at Australia, Canada and Hong Kong. All of them have better medical insurance scheme than Singapore. Our scheme in Singapore is full of holes, very complicated. Jalan, okay, all right. Okay. Okay, so a good scheme is one where, a good scheme is one where you just have to pay a premium and most of the expenses are taken care of. In Singapore, this is not covered, that is not covered, so at the end, you have to make so many payments, and also it's very complicated. So I hope, especially for retirees, they don't have their employer to pay their medical bills, so they pay out of their pocket. And therefore, with the current MediShield scheme, we still will have a lot of problems in paying our bills. Now, in America, those people above 65, all of their medical expenses are paid by the government, everything. Of course, I'm not saying that we want to follow America, because America is very costly. But just to go and show that in most other countries, the government will take care of a large part of the healthcare costs. In most countries, 65% of healthcare costs is paid by the government through taxation, and only 30%, 70% and 30% is paid by the people out of pocket. But in Singapore, it's the other way around. We have to pay 60-70% of the cost. So our MediShield, our national healthcare scheme, needs to be changed to follow the example of other countries. Otherwise, it will continue to be very costly. That's all I want to say, and thank you for coming today.